Hello, everyone. Welcome to Court with Krissy. When when one traffic court fail turns into two, it is amazing. It's hilarious. I hope you like it. Court with Krissy is now in session.
City of Newark for the first time to attend a court hearing, and I was also on business locally.
Okay.
So I did have a truck, but I have never been in this area before.
Okay.
I possess a commercial driver's license, Class A, double and triple trailers, which I've had for over 30 years since they were first required by law. I appeared for this court hearing, and I appeared an hour early because I had a truck and trailer. I had to scour the area for a proper legal parking spot because I had both a truck and trailer. And I didn't want to cause any problems to anybody. I didn't want my vehicle to be towed and pounded or no nothing. And yes, I have 30 years. So when I came over, I was more than an hour early, okay? I found these spaces out here just outside your window. And I parked in a different manner than what the deputy or what the cop stated. I parked in a totally different manner.
All right.
And also,
Okay, so your vehicle was not the way he drew
correct.
it? Show me where it was.
Want me to flip the paper?
Huh? No, he's got a drawing already made.
Okay, I also have pictures on this phone. I also have some other stuff.
All right, well, let's first talk
The ma-
about your drawings. You show me where you say your vehicle was.
Defendant's Exhibit B per your instructions, just
All right.
like, would you like to see
So
it?
first you show it to her.
Obviously, he doesn't have to.
Okay. And now you just give it to this lady so I can look at it while you're talking about it, okay? All right, so
Okay.
this,
Mhm.
all right. Okay, so this, you're showing that your vehicle was in the middle here,
Correct, angled.
angled. And are these white lines the white parking lines?
Correct,
So your vehicle was kind of sitting catty corner over that white line.
correct.
Okay.
The middle line,
Right, that parking space.
yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, and since I had a trailer and that, I also had to make sure that I was able to exit in a safe manner without having to back up the way the streets are designed. Okay, I arrived more than an hour prior to the court hearing. I stepped out of the truck. There was some construction activity, as he stated. I did a walk around of the parking spot, so that to make sure I wasn't going to obstruct anybody, and I didn't want to get in. I didn't want to have no trouble. I wanted to be proper, but I had a truck and trailer. I only had to move my truck about a foot. I did a second walk around, and I was satisfied with the parking. And since I was at the spot an hour prior to court, and that I had my notes ready, and that I actually even decided to cook a breakfast on my camp stove on the tailgate of the truck, so I'd have proper nutrition. And during that entire period of time, there wasn't a single car, a single truck. Nobody had trouble going around or through from both directions. Then it came time for me to go to this building for my court session, and we had the trial and that, and we were coming near the end, and then the bailiff received some instructions or some information regarding, as he stated, and said that you're being requested to go downstairs to either move your vehicle or there's something going on with your vehicle. I'm like, okay, can I go? And goes, yes. So I raced down real quick, and I was wanting to, see what the problem was, because I had all bases parked. or covered rather. I had went around it. It was the only place I could park a truck or trailer without getting towed. I didn't know about this area back there until after we went downstairs, but there's signs up saying no parking, so a subject like myself coming in would see that you couldn't park there. But anyway, I went downstairs and I came by, and he asked me for my identification. I go, for parking? I go, I thought you wanted me to, what was going on? He goes, well, we'd like for you to move your vehicle. I can move my vehicle. I had no reason to be rude or disrespectful. But then he wanted to issue me a ticket, and then I got upset. I got very upset. I had all bases covered, and yes, I took pictures on this thing, the walk around, and everything. And he threatened me with arrest if I didn't present identification for a parking. Come on. So I got upset, and so then I came back to take care of business with the court after moving the vehicle and being threatened with arrest. So I went back to the court, took care of my business there, and then sometime later, well, anyway, I had to come back to the court anyway. I don't have a recollection of that, but when I parked initially, I parked properly given the situation at hand. I parked respectfully and responsibly given the circumstances and the type of parking spaces. And I was angled, and yes, I took up 2 parking spots because I have 2 vehicles. I was not over the lines in any way, shape, or form, as he says. I can resubmit that, and I have some measurements on there that I took with the wheel, and that I have a couple on here if you choose to see them, but I can't let you keep my phone. But I'll be more than glad to show you. And yes, I was in a court session, so but anyway. I respectfully asked that this ticket be completely waived and dismissed. I parked respectfully and responsibly. I had truck and trailer. I took up 2 spaces. I have 2 vehicles. Columbus doesn't have that problem. I've never received a parking citation in a manner such as this.
Thank you. Ms. Moore, do you have any questions you'd like to ask the witness?
Yes, I do. Mr. Bowman, you stated that when you were out there cooking, I guess, your lunch on the back of your...
Breakfast.
Breakfast on the back of your truck.
Trailer, yeah, or truck, yeah.
That you observed that vehicles were able to go around your trailer.
Yes, and truck, in the front.
Okay, but they had to go around.
Not around.
Well, those were your words.
Okay. They had no trouble going through.
But you wouldn't disagree that your trailer and your truck were beyond the painted white lines?
They were not.
But you do admit that it was across, it was straddling 2 parking spaces?
It is straddling 2 vehicles, 2 parking spaces.
Okay, and you would agree that there were other spaces around the city, including the parking lot across the street where you could have parked?
No, I wasn't. No.
Did you ask anybody?
No.
Okay. And just think for a second if I have any further questions. Do you have anything else? And what you're describing as 2 vehicles, you're talking about your truck, and then you're describing the vehicle, your trailer, as a separate vehicle?
It was attached to the truck.
Okay, but you said you had 2 vehicles.
Correct.
So you're describing that trailer as a separate vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I have no further questions.
It's both in the same thing, yeah.
All right. And Mr. Bowman, do you have any further testimony that you would like to offer based on the questions you were just asked?
all I'll say is once again, given the situation, that's what I saw. I went around first, and I'm like, there ain't no place where I could park two vehicles, as far as end to end even, and so I came back. I arrived right there, and I did as stated before. I parked responsibly and respectfully, and I had to make sure that I was able to get out by pulling forward and doing a very sharp turn. I do possess a commercial driver's license. I'm not your ordinary average driver. I am a professional. I also drive for fun and pleasure also. I made sure that I was parked so the public would not have a problem. I parked respectfully and responsibly given the type of spaces and what my vehicle was, and I was outside for an hour, and I did 2 walk-arounds. Nobody had trouble getting through. Then I came to my court hearing. That's pretty much it. I felt that the ticket was completely useless, and I tried to explain, but no, he wanted to give me a ticket, and he wanted to threaten me with arrest when I said, no, I ain't got to show you none. It's a parking. Threatened me with arrest.
And Ms. Moore, anything in rebuttal?
No, thank you.
Okay. The defendant was cited with an infraction alleging a violation of codified ordinance 454.07 of the Newark City Ordinances. And in reviewing 454.07C, that is a prohibition against parking any vehicle across any lines or markings that are made for parking. So, Mr. Bowman, you were parking one vehicle. In Ohio, you were towing a trailer. It's not motorized. And so you have one vehicle under Ohio law. And the Newark ordinances prohibit you from parking that vehicle in any way to go over any of these lines. And based on your own testimony and your own drawing, I'm looking at only what you told me, you were in violation of their ordinance. Now, whether Columbus has a different ordinance or not, that's not what we're here about. I'm here to apply the parking ordinances for the city of Newark. And they have an ordinance that very specifically prohibits you from doing this. It doesn't say you're prohibited from doing it only if you block traffic. The ordinance itself, 454.07C, if you'd like to write that down, says you can't do it and park across the lines. So, the court does find that the city and, in fact, the defendant himself has proven based on his own exhibit a violation of the ordinances of the city of Newark. And the court finds that the infraction is proper and that it is upheld. If you disagree with the law or the application of the law, sir, you have the right to appeal this ruling to the 5th Appellate District if you believe it's wrong. Okay.
The whole thing should not have happened.
And sir, also, law enforcement does not work for the court. Law enforcement does not work for the court if you believe this officer treated you improperly or made some decision improperly about how he proceeded at this scene. I would urge you to file a complaint with the police chief because this court is not your correct forum.
Yes, I did that, and I have received no response, and I was going to do a second complaint after leaving this court today.
All right, that's your prerogative, sir, and that's the and my job is to tell you what the appropriate way is, and that's the appropriate way to address that part of this. And you are free to go. Thank you.
I still disagree. This should not have happened.
Okay.